free of charge. Yeah. Maybe not free, okay? Yeah, like some logistics will be paid for, but I'm talking about where Nigeria and Nigerians were at troubled zones, troubled places all over the world. It's always been like that. Egypt, Libya, China, India, where in the recent one, yeah, Ukraine, it was there. Niger and all these places. But like other Igbos who always believe that they have a lot to prove to Nigeria. You know, I keep telling you that if all of us want to be honest, the Biafrans that are saying they want to leave, honestly speaking, Nigeria should just let them go. Why? Because, you know, it is only the Igbos, by a factual evidence, it is only the Igbos that have proven and shown all the tendencies by their actions, not just what they say, by their actions, that they are the true people. If Nigeria was a country, they were the true Nigerians. Or should we say, they are the people who actually believe in Nigeria. Despite their history, the genocide, the whole thing, right? After the whole genocide, you will see Igbos everywhere, building, buying, investing, building, buying, investing, and everywhere, everywhere. A Yoruba man will be very careful. An Hausa man will be very careful. An average Northerner will be very careful before they take all their investments away from their own regions. The Igbos are those who believe, in my own opinion, by their actions. They are those that will leave Unewi and go on and build a factory in Kano. They are the ones that will leave Aba and go and start building gigantic multi-billion dollars business in Lagos. Igbos are the only people you will see that you sometimes feel like, are you crazy? That they will leave Onitsha and go straight to Abuja and buy tens, like hundreds of hectares of land that they want to construct multi-billion dollar worth of things. Because to them, you know, you'll be thinking and say, do they believe that Nigeria is going to exist forever? And yet they are the most vilified, profiled, and the most hated. That's why we have the word IGBOPHOBIA. So if you're an Igbo man, I don't have any problem with you if you believe in one Nigeria. But the point is this: despite all this belief, despite all these sacrifices, despite all this investment, apart from those of you, I'm even like, listen to this, because in all honesty, right, in the world of Nigeria today, the Igbos who are elite, who are up there, when you see the Igbos who are like, top like that, they do not belong to this kind of a profiling. They do not suffer any of this systemic profiling or Igbophobia. No. As long as they continue to maintain where they put them. Obi happened to be one of them, okay? But the moment he started feeling like the poor Nigerians deserves better, they decided to show him his place. Because here, we know they get sympathy or empathy. And that is why when you see all of them doing all of this, you will still see the Igbos there. You will see Igbo governors, you will see Igbo ministers, ex-ministers, Igbo ambassadors, Igbo businessmen and women, Igbo contractors, all of them still part of that system. And they watch. The point I'm trying to make here is this, right? As an Igbo person, right, who somehow you are doing your own bit, you do not believe that Nigeria should break, or why? In fact, you deny all of this state-sponsored profiling. Because to you, by denying it, you can pretend that it is not happening. Since you can pretend that it's not happening, then maybe it's not happening. You can start believing it. Or you do know it's happening, okay? So, let's say you as an Igbo person who has all your business everywhere and there, right? And it's because you believe that Nigeria cannot break. Since you believe Nigeria cannot break, why won't you have your business everywhere? Until you will realize that there are those that just don't like you. They have no reason not to like you. But there has been an inherent generational sort of phobia that some of them can't explain to you. See, if an Igbo, like Kobina, right? If an Igbo is by any means is the symbol of any struggle, there is this generational phobia that there are Yorubas, there are Fulanis, there are Northerners, there are Middle Beltans, even there are Niger Deltans. That the men they see that it is with an Igbo man, suddenly, their PTSD, their bigoted PTSD will kick in. They have to be very careful, or they have to do everything to shut it down. So you as an Igbo man watching me, who tell yourself all the time, all these things are just, that means you are living in denial. Okay? It's all right. Yesterday, I started hearing people say, maybe this earpiece is supposed to be the national carrier. How come they are wearing Isiagu? Eh? See all these Igbo people, they are supposed to represent Nigeria. They are now representing themselves. So I am talking about those who praised Adisirika. Those who said Adisirika, the Fulani criminal, aviation minister, who spent 87 billion naira to give people of Nigeria ordinary logo as national carrier. And the Olori Burukus were everywhere, telling those who were telling them this was a scam. They were telling us then that we were the enemies of Nigeria. Now I started saying that. Now I wouldn't probably like bother, but it is because these Olori Burukus, they are bearing Yoruba names. And everybody who is responding will be like, what is wrong with all these Yorubas? All these Yorubas are like a bigot. All these Yorubas are this and that. And you calling Yoruba bigots, you have seen Yorubas who have rejected these bastards, these Omo that would rather sell off their birthright, or should I say that have sold off their birthright for crumbs from criminal politicians who don't give a damn about them. They are everywhere, spreading the bigot, trying to kind of establish what can get to physical parts, Igbo versus Yoruba, this and that. But these criminals don't really, these lunatics don't represent anything Yoruba. They are APC, Egbekegbe supporters, right? So then they started saying, they thought, we thought this is a national carrier. Since it is not national carrier, I just wish that they will burn down all the planes. All these Igbo people, they will be doing like, say, they are everything. They will be doing like they are better than other people. Look at this one now. Well, what is this? We know that these people are for their Biafra. These people are for Biafra. They are not supporting Nigeria at all. So we should burn all their businesses. Burn the plane. Egbami now. Egbami care. And I'm talking about engagement on social media. These Olori Burukus are bearing Yoruba names, APC, Tifnumbu, all these Agberus. And I'm just like, oh God, you really want to be better by insane, for God's sake, man. These are people that ordinarily they don't get any money to enter any local flight in Nigeria. These are, I mean, this like the paupers, the most impoverished of them. These crumb eaters, ass lickers. But these are children that were not raised with love. I am raised with love. A lot of us were raised with love. Trust me, we were raised with love. We were raised with care, compassion, empathy. Okay? And there is no way anybody raised well will be walking about with so much hate. They hate us. They hate us. I do not believe any Igbo hates me. Why would you even hate me? Because I'm a Yoruba. If there is nobody, if you are not raised from broken homes, if you are not raised from homes that, and we also have homes we no get love for Yoruba land. Human tragedy. Eh? We were not raised. No, I'm saying some of us were raised though. Abib, where do you think I learned mine from? Knowing that if all these things that are happening to other people, before they happen to me, I have to speak out. So that maybe by speaking out, I will not only be saving the lives of somebody like myself, I will save the lives of others too by just speaking out. I do not have to be a victim before I speak out. I do not have to be kidnapped. I could sit down here and just imagine what it is like to lose your freedom to kidnappers that are threatening to kill you anytime. I could sit down here and tell and even share the stories of people who have passed through the trauma and relive it by giving it a life to say to you, if we don't stop these criminals, we are likely going to be the next victims too. I was raised with love. Some of us were raised with love. A lot of us were raised with love. Okay? There are those that will tell you that they never knew that Nigeria did all of this to the Igbos. In fact, they didn't know that Nigeria is actually doing a lot of, ethnic profiling in Nigeria. And APC, Egbekegbe, is promoting IGBOPHOBIA. Everything they do, everything they say is about this Igbo, you this Igbo people, you this IPOB, you this or that. But a lot of you are not paying attention. It is APC-sponsored bigotry. And most of them are people that were raised without love. These are people that normally, they have no respect for women. They have no respect for family. They have no respect for hard work. They have no respect for honesty. They have no respect for morality. These are people that you can say anything goes. Children of perdition. We have them in Yoruba land. You have them in Igbo land. Just like you have them everywhere. But you see these ones who are now, these are people that were not raised with love. These are guys who are bearing Yoruba names, but these are children of perdition. Hatred is nothing that anybody should be, Bigotry has now become a championship. If Nigeria cannot give you a national carrier, Tinubu has about 3 private jets, 2 Gulfstreams. These are senior private jets. He has his own private jet. Few of their own clan and crew there. If all of them gather their plane, they can actually start a national carrier for Nigeria. And they'll put the Nigeria logo on it, and you can begin to wear green, white, green. You do not have to sort of wish to destroy or burn something that you can never have. I mean, come on. Who would ever think like that? And mind you, this same earpiece is an airline that out of their 9 senior employees, 5 of them are from Yoruba land. But this Olori Bukuomo Alijati Jati, APC, Egbekegbe, ass lickers. They would rather want the business destroyed because they are not wearing green, white, green to show that they are Nigeria and representing Nigeria. How come they are showing that they are Igbos representing Nigeria? And when they say make them break up the shithole, a lot of you started having depression, anxiety. Here is another Igbo man that is now that has fallen under the state-sponsored profiling, IGBOPHOBIA, from another supposed Obiakpo man. Obiakpo man did it so to an Igbo man. Surprise? With a weekend in action in Abuja. This report from the AIT, I want you to hear it.
A developer of a multi-billion naira property near Asokoro has called on President Bola Tinubu's intervention following its demolition by the FCT administration. The property, which sits on a 214-hectare plot was said to have been pulled down without any order of revocation issued by the authorities of the FCT. It marks the first major demolition by the Nyesom Wike administration.
On Wednesday morning, scores of armed security operatives, including soldiers, policemen, and civil defense, surround the 214-hectare property near Sokoro, where multiple luxury duplexes are being developed. After about 6 hours, the buildings, some of which had got to lintel level, and the fence are all pulled down and left in a heap of rubble. The property is owned by one of the foremost private developers in Abuja, Kwaku Nigeria Limited, led by Linus and Nicholas Ukachukwu. Ukachukwu claims the demolition was done in bad faith.
We can call for a meeting over the land. We went with our documents. After I see what we have with our lawyer and the other people's other sunrise, which they get part of that land. And we can say that there is nothing on this, that the court should take effect. After going around the land, his normal ways of behavior, he started shouting, how would they take all this land and give to Igbo man?
According to him, all the legal title to the property had been obtained, including 2 ministerial approvals, the latest from the erstwhile FCT Minister Bello Muhammad.
He went through all due process, including ministerial approval. We have full final title, certificate, and offer.
A certificate of occupancy?
Yes, offer to certificate of occupancy.
Most alarming, according to him, is that there was no order revoking his rights to the property before the demolition took place.
As I'm talking to you now, we are not receiving any documents. All these things, we saw only what we saw, the demolition. The title has not been revoked. We have not been served.
Ukachukwu also insists the action of the Minister of the FCT runs contrary to 2 pending court orders restraining any action by the FCT on the plot of land.
2 separate courts issued different court order restraining him from tampering or doing anything in those property. But all of a sudden today, we can now move all the caterpillars in Abuja and went and started pulling those properties that we have invested billions into down.
He wants President Tinubu to wade into the matter to protect the rights of genuine investors.
Forget it. President Tinubu wade into the matter. The land where they go collect from you, give half of it to Tifnumbu, and then they will share the rest. Because it's surprised. How could you have over 200 acres of land in Abuja? Imagine that. You know, still amo. You know, still land, bought land before Wike will become a minister. Then Wike became a minister, and he's surprised that Igbo man has over 200 acres of land in Abuja. How? No, he must have used some leg and all of that. That's it. It's going to be taken away from him. They will disobey their court. They will disobey every other thing. They will change the name of the ownership, the landowner, and all of that. That's it. And he would have to fight that and fight that and fight and fight until they will now say they should go and compensate him. In my life, I have, see guys, ignore the Streamlab that is dropping comments in the comment section, okay? Especially on YouTube. It is a bot, okay? It's a built kind of a robot, all right? So it is meant here to help us guide against the spamming. But he didn't, I mean, the robot didn't know that a lot of you are always going to be doing back and forth, okay? But yeah, don't worry. It will stop. I'll fix that some other time, okay? So in my life, I have never actually seen where armed robbers, after robbing travelers, then decided to set the luxury bus ablaze. And this happened on Good Friday. What is today? Today is a Sunday, Easter Sunday. Now, this was a few days ago, Good Friday. They said that the armed robbers, well, they were stopped by armed robbers, only for the armed robbers to turn out to be bandits around the Jebu Ode area. So I'll show you the travelers who survived the robbery and what they had to say. Almost they burned everything inside the vehicle, including all of their goods. Wait, is this also sort of an ethnic, kind of induced bigotry, or ethnic bigotry induced arson? I'll show you.
Motom jalista motifes na chai barnai sendoli jidai ni jabu de mai tate sicha yini na enweru chichicha anye moto kporo anya ba ni me moto loko di moto tie moto oko but thank God onworo onye obuna nworonu onworo onye obuna lost so only thing we lost all that we are traveling with and lost our belongings, but I thank God today that nobody also injury ka enweru no onworo most thing, but ndo anyị dara anyị go to save ndo anyị dara anyị so nwere onye nwụrụ no ndo anyị bi dara anyị. We thank God. Don't motivate anyị ala study here. Tata bụ Friday night ka anyị gbara no Friday night, yes. Bichicha anyị tata ipichara anyị akwa self nwedi ya dị nene ka anyị dị we fọrọ yeah on the ka anyị racha na moto.
The 14 passengers will be sorry.
Nwere ndị eji mma gbaricha ahụ, nwere ndị eji mma gburicha ahụ, nwere ndị gbajisiri ụkwụ nụ. Ya niile bụ ndị nọ si n'edi moto. Anyị che niile dị stranded abụrụkwa nke obere ya. Stranded abụrụ nke obere ya. Stranded ya niile bụ ndị so na-eme the travel. Anyị che niile dị ya. The good men. And was our baggage well no strap and then a nesta. Then a lefista. Then a nesta is and they can finish well, sir. Yeah, in the Santos and the motor. Yeah, ni no se va. Nenu mas, creo más na nesta ne. Yeah. A brief Ifesinachi na conduct na plan, I don't know. Anagwe na ndoli na rob. Also driver move. Say a branch jet says in Dorin in Afia. The driver move, drive a branch jet here in Dorin. A forgettable end life fine here. That's it. Forget. They conduct on it here. I know you first. Oh dear. Nah, indeed, dear. Driver. Ndoli merai neba zucha nyuri tutrumota anyị gba ọkụ neba live ne jabu de live jabu ka no ya atachara ihe neba ya rabu sai mure mota anyị ọkụ Nania. Shusha jela zimu. Nania. Ndoli zranyi gba moto anyị ọkụ. Thank you, my brother. I'm robber has zranyi ori gba anyị ọkụ. No be accident, no be moto.
I'm robber catching full fire for the motor.
Because they still believe it was done by armed robbers. So if this is now, if this is what they do now, so I would probably, I don't know, I would probably suggest that Indeed, everyone who is running a business that they have to kind of use the road and travel the road and all of that should be allowed to carry their own arms to defend themselves. You know, because if armed robbers are now going to be setting ablaze multi-million naira buses like that, including everything therein, now that bus, you can tell the value of the bus, or can you actually tell the value of the personal belongings or goods? Some of them were traders, right? And all of that. Wow. So you will never be able to know what